Hello, Mr. and Miss America and all the ships at sea. This is your man, Tim Roberts, 820, the ugliest man in social media. All right, it's been a while since I've done a video. Probably a few months. You guys probably thought I was dead. No, I'm still alive. But I'm going to kind of shift gears here. I'm not going to talk about pizza and other stuff. I'm going to talk more politics, local events, events going on in the world and whatnot. COVID-19, things like that. So I want to focus on two people in particular, so I have to make it in two different videos because it'd be too long to do one whole long video. And that's the Cuomo brothers. Fredo Cuomo brothers. You've got Andrew Fredo Cuomo and Chris Fredo Cuomo. Now, Fredo is not obviously their middle name. That was a name given to them by Rush Limbaugh, kind of as a joke. So I'm going to focus on Chris Fredo Cuomo today. And then maybe tomorrow I'll talk about his brother Andrew Fredo Cuomo. All right, so Chris Fredo Cuomo is the son of the mobbed-up Marxist Mario Cuomo, who was the governor of New York State. I believe late 80s, early 90s is when his term was. He had two terms. And this guy was an absolute Marxist. Absolute. He spoke like a Marxist. He acted like a Marxist. Ran his state like a Marxist. And that's just who he was. He was all about money and power. To me, from what I saw. Now, Chris Fredo Cuomo claims that, my father hated money. And my father only made, $185,000 a year or whatever. It's like, well, my father made $30,000 a year. That's nearly 6 times what my father made. So don't sit there and tell me that my father had 4 kids to support on $30,000 a year. So don't sit there and tell me your father spent all that money going to law school, first college, then law school, getting his law degree, all right, and then starting his life in politics, not about money. Don't sit there and say that. That's all it is. That's all it is money and power with Marxists. But they'll play this game with you, and they'll lie to you, and they'll tell you, we're not about money. We hate money. We don't like money. We're about the little people. Whenever a person with money starts talking to you about money, it's about money. And they talk about, we're going to tax the rich, like Bernie Sanders. We'll make them pay their fair share. Their fair share. Well, no. The man has 3 mansions. Bernie Sanders has 3 mansions around the country. And then he says, as an excuse, I have my one home I live in, and then I have, like most Americans, I have a second home, and then we have a third. Well, most Americans don't have a second home. Most Americans don't have a second home. Here in Jersey, there are some who have a home here in the northern part of the state, and they have a shore home, okay? But not everyone. Not everyone can afford a second home. No one in my family has a second home. No one. Not one person in my family has a second home. So, Chris Fredo Cuomo, son of Mario Cuomo, is a Marxist himself. He is a CNN anchor, and he also has a radio program on satellite radio, which is what I listen to. I don't watch his program on TV unless I see something on YouTube or something like that. But I listen to a lot of what he says on his satellite radio program. And I hear his lies and obfuscations. He's constantly attacking Trump. Constantly. And I think I know the reason why. You see, Donald Trump was coming up in the 70s and 80s, building his empire in real estate, and he had a couple casinos here in New Jersey. And he started with the hotels and whatnot. Right around the same time he's building his empire, that's when Mario Cuomo was building his political career. So they must have crossed paths somehow, some way, And Mario Cuomo was like, oh, this man's just about money. He's just about money. Well, yeah, we're all about money. That's what it is. That's what life is. Life is about money. You want to get anywhere in life? You want to have anything in life? You need money. Plain and simple. That's it. You need money. That's what we call it. Money. So, Chris Fredo Cuomo hates Donald Trump. He hates him. He does this man in Chris Fredo Cuomo's mind. Donald Trump does no good. There's nothing good that he does at all. Period. Nothing. And he claims he knows people in Trump's administration. It's like, you don't know anyone in that administration. You might know some low-level people at DOJ and HUD, HUD. But you don't know anybody in that administration. So shut your mouth. You don't know anyone in that administration. No one. Nada. Goose egg. Zip. Zero. Nobody. So, Chris Fredo Cuomo is constantly bashing Trump about policies about COVID-19. Oh, we need to social distance. We need a national mandate. We're at war. This is the virus. This disease. It's like, well, wait a minute. First off, it's a virus. You don't go to war with a virus. Okay, that's not possible to go to war with a virus, because the virus, it's not going to act the way you think it's going to act. It's going to act the way it wants to act, regardless or irregardless of what you do to it. It's going to keep doing what it does. That's it. It's a virus. Now, I know one person who died of COVID-19. I know a couple of people who had it. I know a woman who was 88 years old and had it, and she survived. I know somebody who's in his mid-20s. He had it. He survived. But another guy, he's probably in his late 30s. He died recently, a couple of days ago, of it. So I don't know. I don't know the and if he had any comorbidities. Was there other illnesses he had that triggered this, or made him more susceptible to it, and it took him out? I don't know. I really don't know many of the details, and I haven't seen the guy in 15, 20 years, and I didn't really know the guy very well. So, but this disease has a 98% survival rate. 98%. 98% survival rate. So we're shutting the entire country down, the economy down, schools down, churches down. But people who want to support Joe Biden, they're allowed to go out and celebrate in the streets. People want to go out and burn and loot and set fires, they're allowed to go out without any repercussions. Without anybody saying, oh, they shouldn't be out there. They're super spreaders. Well, wait a minute. Why is one group a super spreader, but the other group is not a super spreader? Because you think their cause is better? I don't get it. I really don't understand. So, Chris Cuomo constantly bashes Donald Trump, all right? Here's the thing. Chris Fredo Cuomo, I saw him on TV say, I have my own set of rules that I follow. Okay? He follows his own set of rules. That's Marxism. That's the absolute definition and the way to tell if someone is a Marxist or not, is if they follow the rules that they set for themselves, not what everyone else is supposed to follow. You understand? They make up their own rules that they follow themselves. They don't follow the rules that Joe Biden or President Trump will set down. They won't follow those rules. They don't. They have their own set of rules they follow. That's what Marxists do. Look at Fauci. Fauci goes to the baseball game, no mask on. All right? No mask on. But meanwhile, he's telling people, well, you should probably wear a mask. It'll probably help. Well, then if it's going to help, why aren't you wearing the mask? Same thing with Chris Fredo Cuomo. Why is he not wearing a mask? Why is he not sheltering in place? Why is he not social distancing? Because he has his own set of rules he follows. And he keeps dumping on Trump for not, we need a national policy. This is a national emergency. Yeah, I know a lot of people died of this. I get it. I understand. It's killing people. But it's also killing people who have comorbidities. they've got lung issues. They've got the flu. They've got, weight issues. I know somebody personally who has worked with COVID patients. And this person said every person that they treated was overweight. Every single one. So weight plays a huge issue in this. Weight is a huge issue. No one's talking about it. But this person that I know personally said that every person that they treated was overweight. That's one of the reasons why I'm on a new diet. That's one of the reasons why I'm trying to lose weight. I mean, I still have my triple chin here, but I'm working on it. But I used to be a lot heavier. I used to be 311 pounds. I was a fat bastard. Trust me. So, fredo Cuomo, as the CNN anchor, he gets COVID-19. And I'll go into why I think he got COVID-19 in a few minutes. But let's kind of go through what his experience was. He gets it and he starts doing his podcast, or starts doing his broadcast from his basement, right? All right, he's sheltering in place, and he's social distancing, and he's in his basement, keep away from everybody. Pause. No. While he's supposed to be in his basement, not hanging around other people, not social and social distancing and wearing the mask, he's outside. He's outside in the Hamptons of New York. Now, I'm not sure you know what the Hamptons are. The Hamptons are the Beverly Hills of New York. That and the east side of Central Park and the Hamptons are the Beverly Hills of New York. That's where all the rich people go. The rich Marxists with their own set of rules live there. Okay? And he also has an apartment in New York City, which I'll tie in with the COVID-19 in a little bit. So this guy's out. So fredo Cuomo's outside. He's looking at it. I think he's having a mansion built out there for himself. He's already in a mansion with a high fence and a big gate. Can't get close to the guy. He says, people throwing stuff at my kids. No. We're throwing stuff at you, but you, like a terrorist, are hiding in between, the stuff we're throwing in your kids. Like a real man, the real man you are. So a guy riding his bicycle happens upon the scene where he's not wearing a mask, he's not hunkering down, he's not locking down, he's not, social distancing. He's outside. Like because he has his own set of rules. And the guy says, hey, Chris, what are you doing? You're supposed to be locked down. And fredo Cuomo starts going after the guy. Starts yelling at the guy, screaming at the guy. You're going to hear about this. You're going to hear about this. It's not the last you heard about this. And he does that with anybody that confronts him. He thinks he's this tough guy. He thinks he's really hard and he's a gangster or whatever. He's a pussy. He's a pansy is what this guy is. Okay? Don't be afraid of this guy. He's a pansy. And he put some video out recently holding up a 100-pound dumbbell. I work out. You cannot hold up a 100-pound dumbbell while you're working on your computer. You can't do it. No one can do it. Professional powerlifters couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. It was a fake weight. It was a 20-pound dumbbell made to look like a 100-pound dumbbell. There's no way you're going to be picking up that 100-pound dumbbell the way he was. There's no way. It's not going to happen. He's not that strong. He's not that strong. Trust me. So, I heard him attack this guy on his radio show. It's like, well, wait a minute. The guy's you're telling everybody we got to hunker down. We got to, change our lives, shut our economy down, hunker in place, lock down in place, wear masks, and you're not doing it. Now, again, I understand he has his own set of rules, but don't sit there and tell people we need some sort of national policy about what to do if you're not going to do it yourself. Don't sit there and say, I have my own set of rules. Well, no, that's not how life works, sir. If you're going to start dictating and telling the president to tell people to dictate the rules, well, you have to follow them as well. I don't wear a mask unless I have to wear a mask. If I want to go into work, I have to wear a mask. For months, I wasn't wearing one at all. I was like, I'm not doing this. This is dumb. And if I have to go into a store that's privately owned by somebody. It's someone's private property, their private business. They have a rule. You have to wear a mask. I'll wear the mask. But if I don't have to wear a mask, I'm not putting the mask on just to make other people happy. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it because you're breathing in, all that stuff you're breathing out, that's coming out of you for a reason. It's not supposed to stay inside of you. It's just not. So now I'm recirculating all that bad air into that mask. That's not healthy for me. That's not healthy. So Chris Fredo Cuomo, he gets COVID-19. Now, how do you think he got COVID-19? Okay, you're talking about a guy that's friends with, Elliot Spitzer. Remember him? Geraldo Rivera. Anthony Weiner. All the bigwigs, all the guys in the Democrat Party. He knows all these guys. These guys party together in their mansions, in their penthouse apartments, on their yachts, their vast estates. This guy went to Epstein Island. Chris Fredo Cuomo went to Epstein Island. So you know what kind of guy this is. You all know someone like this in your life. A guy who's good looking. All right, all the women adore him, and they, look at him, and they're swooning over this guy. You all know someone like this. When this guy walks into the party, all the guys walk out because they know they're not getting laid tonight because he's getting all the girls. So that's the kind of guy this is. He's the kind of guy who is going to use his good looks to meet as many women and lay as many women as he possibly can. That's my opinion. Because everyone knows a guy like this. We all know guys like this. I'm not a guy like that. I'm the youngest man on social media. I walk into a party, the women want to run away. Whatever. But this guy, he's got women throwing their numbers at him, throwing their panties at him and their bras at him. That's the kind of guy he is. That's the kind of person we're talking about here. So I believe this guy, in his little secret, his apartment in New York, where he has been told by the owner or the manager of the building, you have been seen walking in and out of the building not wearing a mask that you're supposed to wear. So again, not following the rules. I have my own set of rules I follow. He said those words. He said them. And so I believe this guy probably has one of the, like I said, again, the parties these guys have, the women are at these parties. These are these are top shelf women. Top shelf. Okay, these are $1,000 an hour hookers they got at these places. These women are extremely beautiful. They're very smart, probably educated, and they know that they have a small window where their looks are going to be, at their prime. And they're like, I got to take full advantage of this. And they do. So I believe he's probably with one of these women, cheating on his wife, because he's married with 3 kids. And he probably picked it up from one of his many gumads that he has on the side. He's probably telling his wife, because he lives out in the Hamptons, which is Long Island, and in the apartments in Manhattan, which is 3 to 4 hours away. So he probably told his wife, oh, honey, I got to follow up this lead. Orange man bad. I got to get this guy out of office. He's terrible. I got to follow up a lead tonight. I can't come home tonight. Really? Okay. I guess if your wife believes it, it's, okay, fine, So, so I believe that's how he got it. I believe he got it from one of his gumads. One of the women he has on the side. There's no evidence really necessarily to prove it or not prove it. But like I said, this guy has his own set of rules. And why this woman's family ever allowed this woman to marry this guy, other than, because he says they're strict Christians. It's like, I don't think they would have let a strict Christian family, because I grew up in a strict Christian family, would allow these two people to get together and get married. It wouldn't happen. It couldn't happen. It just would not happen. They wouldn't allow it. Okay? I don't think they would allow it. But, he's also out in the Hamptons drag racing. He's drag racing somebody out in the Hamptons. He probably got mad at the guy. The guy probably flipped him off and says, oh, you can't do that. I'm Chris Fredo Cuomo. They go drag racing, gets into an accident. Did he get arrested? Did he have to stand before a judge? Did he get a fine? No, because his brother's the governor. His brother is the governor of New York State. You think that cop would have a job the next day if he gave his Chris Fredo Cuomo a ticket? No. Look what Governor Andrew Cuomo did to the cop that was dating his daughter. So it was a state trooper. Sent him up north, up near Canada. It's like, that's how these people are. Marxists are vindictive. They make lists. Now he's talking about, oh, we're gonna remember all you Trump supporters. Like AOC, we need to have lists of Trump supporters and we need to go after them. Like, what? What kind of nonsense is this? What are you, Che Guevara? It's like, you know what? Put me on your list, Chris Fredo Cuomo. Come to my neighborhood. Come to my house, and you see what's waiting for you, my friend. You'll see what's waiting for you. A 250-pound American bull. That's what's going to be waiting for you, my friend. That's going to be what's waiting for you. So you want to make a list? You want to come looking for me? You go ahead. You bring it on, right? I'll give you my address. You come right to my home, pal. You come right to my home. So, excuse me. That's Chris Fredo Cuomo, kind of in a nutshell. Follows his own rules. Doesn't want to follow a mask mandate. Doesn't want to follow lockdown mandates that everyone else has to do. This guy's not doing it. He's not doing it. Okay? They don't do it the way they want us to do it. They want us to shut our lives down. They want us to stop going to churches. They want us to stop going to concerts and to the beach and to all these things that we want to do. Shut down Thanksgiving. Really? Fuck you. Fuck you. No, we're not shutting down Thanksgiving. I'll have Thanksgiving dinner at my parents' house like we do every year. And you try to stop us, that'll be a problem for you. That'll be a huge problem for you. Huge. But let's just give you a little nutshell of Chris Fredo Cuomo, what he's got going on. I'll keep an eye on this guy. I'll give you updates about this guy because there's so many contradictions to this guy. This man is a walking contradiction. But that's what Marxists are. He is a Marxist. His brother, Andrew Fredo Cuomo, a Marxist. They were raised by their mobbed-up Marxist father, Mario Cuomo. Marxists do what they want to do. They have their own set of rules that they follow. They're not going to follow the same set of rules that you and I follow. They don't have to. They're Marxists. Remember, Marxism is not for the Marxist. Marxism is for you. You. For you. Marxism isn't for the Marxist. Marxism is not for me, it's for thee. It's not for me, it's for you. Now, I'm not a Marxist. I'm a capitalist. But these Marxists, they have their own set of rules and their own guidelines, their own things that they do. And if you don't like it, too damn bad. They have the power. They have the power now. And with Joe Biden coming in, they're going to have more power. And there's probably going to be lists of people. Like Barack Obama did the same thing. He sent the IRS after Tea Party groups. He sent the IRS to investigate Billy Graham. Billy Graham! Really? Billy Graham has got he's got a tax problem? What are we talking about here? This is insanity. But this is how these people are. They have weaponized everything in government. They've weaponized the entire government system. They have all their people in the deep state positions in government where they don't do any investigations. They're not investigating any voter fraud. And there's lawsuits with thousands and thousands of pages with signed affidavits, which is a perjury charge that you'll go to jail for if you're lying. You'll go to prison if you lie on these affidavits. Okay? But they don't even investigate these things. They've weaponized the entire government against people who have a different political philosophy than they do. So we need to stand together, stand against these people because it's getting out of control. And people like Chris Fredo Cuomo, the Marxist, talking about lists of people, like, oh, we're gonna remember you. It's like, yeah, go ahead, bring it on. Go ahead, give me your best shot. You better hope you kill me the first time, because if you don't, I can tell you what's gonna happen, but I don't want to get kicked off of YouTube. I can guarantee you this: it will not work out well for you. How about that? Because I don't appreciate stuff like that. You want to have your freedom? I have my freedoms. That's the way it should be. That's what I'm about, is freedom. But these people don't want that. They want the freedom. They want the money. They want the power. We need to take that back from them. So, that's my rant on Chris Fredo Cuomo. But I'll keep you updated about this guy, and I'll be updating a lot about liberal Democrats in the next couple weeks, couple months, couple years, whatever. I'm gonna really expose a lot of these people and show you, shine the light on a lot of their dirty dealings and a lot of stuff they got going on that you have no idea about, that most people have no idea about because no one talks about it. CNN's not going to talk about it. MSNBC's not going to talk about it. They won't do it. You think CNN's going to talk about how Chris Fredo Cuomo was on Pedo Island with Jeffrey Epstein? I don't think they're going to talk about that at all. At all. So that's a wrap on that one, guys. Thanks for listening. And tomorrow I think I'll do a video about Andrew Fredo Cuomo, Chris Fredo Cuomo's brother. All right, I'm out. Peace.